Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Both sides, Chris, clap it up.
This is the Tuesday night scripture breakdown class here in Gary, Indiana. This is the class where you want to get all your precepts together. You want to get all your answers, all your questions together so we can get an answer for you, especially if you're in the Northwest Indiana zone area. You want to make sure you attend this class so you can grow in the truth, do your 90 days, receive your Hebrew name, become a sister in the school, become a trooper in the school, work your way up to officer, captain, general, who knows. But yeah, let's get it on. So of course we're gonna go over today's topic. We didn't have to put a topic for this class, did we? Okay. We're gonna go over a viral video about a woman surmising what it is to be submissive. We're gonna play the clip of that video. It's going viral everywhere. It's a lot of different responses to it. A lot of women are not taking kind to what's being displayed in the video. So we're going to go over that video. We're going to go over what it seemed like the Lord is trying to put into the vibration of the earth. We just had the Feast of Purim. Get that up. Give a hand for that. Just had the Feast of Purim. The Lord educated us on what an excellent sister Esther was. And now we got this viral moment here. So it's only right that we break this down and do the will of the Lord and teach our people what it is to be a good woman. Is a good woman a woman that cook, clean, and shut up? Stay tuned to find out. Right? Give me 1 second. Let's see real fast. Let's see real quick. Let me go ahead and share this class before we get to cooking and cleaning and putting make the lips touch together. And live. Also, of course, we go over at the beginning of every class and at the end of every class. It's coming up real quick, brothers and sisters. You want to prepare for the Lord's 55th annual Passover. The Lord's 55th annual Passover. Get me right on this, Rosh. I believe it's April 22nd. April 22nd. That's $200 per adult. So if you are over the age of 17, then it's $200. Of course, children are free. You want to make sure get your arrangements in order, get your garments right. Y'all better get y'all garments right. I'm telling y'all how I'm coming this year. I'm coming something serious. If you ain't got your garment right, you're gonna be looking like, oh man, I'm gonna come next year. I'm gonna do it big next year. Do it big this year. Get your garments right, man. Sisters, make sure you get y'all dresses nice and pretty. Get your corsages ready. Brothers, your headpiece, your metri, get your braid game, all around. You want to have all around game. All right. Ra'ash, let's cue that video real quick. We ain't got no questions online. All right, no sweat. Let's cue that video and dive into this topic.
Leaving when he building, but you need a plan. It's a star shit, but can't keep a motherfucking man. Bitch, all you bitches kept and say you don't need a man. Leaving when he building, but you need a plan. It's a miss of women in demand too. I'm nothing like that drum you put your man through. I say I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. Submissive women in demand too. Dripping out the magnum, pussy ran through.
Of course, this is not a sister in the truth. So by no stretch of the imagination are we promoting her as a prize, as a how can I put it, as the mascot for Virtuous Woman. It's not about the sister, not even a little bit. It's about the message that's being portrayed. For far too long, we send him downstairs. Salagi, give me 1 second. Give us 1 second. We got a dog in training here. We're trying to get him right. Go ahead and take him on downstairs. All right. You can't behave yourself. Now you got to go downstairs. We try to have you for class, but yeah. Back to the topic. It's by no stretch of the imagination is this woman the poster child for how women should conduct themselves. It's the message that's being portrayed. And what is the message? The message is the opposite of what Esau has been pushing. So of course we want to jump on this opportunity to show a positive message for our sisters. Right. I think it's only right. For far too long, we've been listening to Cardi B, WAP. We've been listening to Sexy Red. Oh my God, she just came out the project somewhere. I don't know where they found her. Everything that she says is just, provocative and sexual and having sex with this man, that man, F my baby daddy, which is a real song, I believe. F my baby daddy. F my baby daddy is a real song, and we got people want to come up against us because we say that this song has a positive message. Let's hear the song one more time.
Star shit, but can't keep a motherfucking man. Bitch, all you bitches kept and say you don't need a man. Leaving when he building, but you need a plan. It's a miss of women in demand too. I'm nothing like that drum you put your man through. I say I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up. Submissive women in demand too. Dripping out the magnum, pussy ran through. That's why your baby daddy can't stand you. Keep so close.
What was that? She said submissive women are in demand too, which is, this is such a excellent teaching tool, because what the industry, what the rap industry, the music industry try to push to our black men is that whores are in demand. Right. That's what is being taught for our black men to go after is whores. And if our black men are going after whores, then our women are going to want to become whores. So this song is just a song that's coming up against such a powerful demon that's going on in the earth right now, which is just being a nasty, just dragon, a disgusting woman, which is not what is needed in the black community. What is needed in the black community is strong, submissive Israelite sisters. That's what's absolutely needed in the black community. And I know a lot of you sisters don't want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. That's what's needed in the black community. I mean, look at the state of our people right now. whoredom and black women have been running the black community for since the 70s. I want to say maybe the 80s, maybe the crack cocaine area. Raj.
Like so we saying it's so heavy that maybe right now the women who most promiscuous are getting the biggest reward. They wear clothes, they look fabulous, they're on magazines. But meanwhile, you may be a sister that just who's not into that lifestyle, instead of who want to be modest, follow her husband. So just know the Bible just celebrates the Feast of Esther. The Bible celebrates women of modesty and follow their head.
Exactly. And the Lord is showing you this. The Lord just gave you the feast of Purim, honoring an honorable sister who was raised excellent by her uncle, raised in the truth, raised to be a excellent, submissive, wonderful woman, a pleasant woman to be around. And now this video drops. I think the Lord is working. The Lord is definitely working. Any more on that video? All right, let's play the rest of it.
I don't leave them curious. That's why these niggas don't take you serious. What's your body count? Ho, I bet you shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you told the truth, I bet he never. All that whole shit, it ain't respect. Get your shit together, yeah, perfect. When them bills like you gon' be crying to them niggas. Tryna find you a nigga, spend time with a nigga. When you get some money outside on a nigga, fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his niggas. All you bitches captain say you need a man. Leaving when he building, but you need a plan. It's a miss of women in demand too. I'm nothing like that drum you put your man through. I say I cook, I clean, I fuck, I shut up, I cook.
Let's put on that. Let me get Leviticus 9th to 19th chapter. I pray the Lord works and send more attacks against this demon. Let's see, 19 and verse 29.
Oh, God, it's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not what?
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Don't sell your daughters. Don't sell your daughters for money. Don't have your daughter in a strip club for money. Don't put your daughter on MTV, BET, whatever music station you got, and have her ass naked and singing about her WAP. Don't do that. Don't prostitute your daughters. Keep going.
Oh God. To cause her to be a whore.
To do what?
To cause her to be a whore.
To cause her to be a whore. The Lord is saying this because he knows better than you. Keep going.
Oh God. Least the land fall to whore.
The land would do what?
Least the land fall to whore.
The land will fall into whoredom if you participate in these type of activities. Now look at America. This land where blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians reside have fallen, absolutely falling to, read it one more time.
Least the land fall to whoredom.
I think the Lord knows better than me. He knows better than you.
Right.
And we should just listen to him.
Right.
Because we prostituted out our daughters, and now our land has fallen to whoredoms to the point where I seen a video. It was on some social media. I think somebody reposted it or something. It was like 4-year-old little babies in McDonald's twerking to Sexy Red. You got that video? Can you find that video? Man, if you can find that video, let's play that. And I seen another video. They was at like a birthday party twerking to Sexy Red. And you mean to tell me the Lord don't know better than man? The Lord said, don't participate in these activities because the land will fall into whoredom. And whoredom is it is a top tier demon.
Right.
It's like it's the number one lust. Before you got drugs, before you got alcohol, before you got anything. What is the number one thing that a man can come addicted to? A woman.
Right.
A woman is a man's natural lust. So if the land falls to this natural lust of the wrong type of woman, then we in a bad situation. And here in 2024, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man, I'm here to tell you, as a priest and prophet of the Most High, that we are in a bad condition. I mean, social media right now is a whore's playground. It's a whore's plaything. The whole earth is a whore's plaything. Every woman knows if she has a attractive body, if she has an attractive face, then she can use that to get money. We're going to show you a very attractive woman in the Bible who used her beauty to save her people. We're going to show you the opposite. You can't, you on to that video or?
This is the video with kids, I think the birthday party.
Okay. Yeah, let's play that, because the Lord said, if you condone this type of activity, that the land will fall into whoredom. Now, let me give you a living example of what the Lord is talking about, of the land falling into whoredom. This is absolutely ridiculous. Let me know when you got it. Let's play it. Oh my God, brother. Now let's read Leviticus 19 and 29 from the top. Let's read that from the top, because y'all think the Lord is a joke. Let's read it.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
Yeah, the Jewish man is prostituting Sexy Red right now. Right. Go ahead.
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
The land will do what?
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
The land will fall into whoredom. And that's what you have in our community today. The land is just a plaything for whores, to the point where we got little 3 and 4 year old kids, maybe 5-year-old kids, I don't know, talking about let that coochie breathe. We in a bad condition, and the only way that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians can get out of this condition is by serving Christ.
Right.
That is the only way out. If I could, give me where Christ said no man can get to the Father. Let's get that. Christ gave us the blueprint to get our communities out of whoredom.
Right.
And there's only one way to do it. Especially we got a worthy adversary that we fight. This damn Jewish man, who is the prince of the airwaves, meaning this, he controls the propaganda that goes into your mind. He controls the images. He controls the sounds. He controls your thoughts by programming the TV, by programming the music. Yeah. I mean, what else you want me to tell you? You got that?
This is the book of John, chapter 14, and verse 6. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way.
I am the what?
I am the way. The truth.
The truth. And
the life.
And the life. Go ahead.
No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
It's no other way to get to our God but by following Christ. And it's no way to fix ourselves but by following Christ. Christ lived a perfect life. That's not hyperbole. That Christ lived a perfect flawless life. And I know your Christian pastor love to tell you that that's not possible for man to do it, but Christ did it, and then he commanded you to do it. Give me that also. You can drop that. Let me get Be Ye Perfect.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye therefore perfect,
Mm-hmm.
even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Be ye perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Little question. You got something, Ross? Mm-hmm.
And also, too, so we can blame the Christian church of why these children is jumping up and down sexy rigs.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The Bible says be perfect, but in the church they say you're falling short. To make the some churches say to make the kingdom, you gotta sing.
You know what? I don't know if I ever asked a Christian about this scripture. I really need to ask a Christian. I might just find a random Christian on Facebook. I might just type in my Facebook Christian pastor, find a Christian pastor on Facebook and say, "Hey brother, what does this mean?" I just want to know the response. I don't really care. I just want to know, like, how are they going to deflect that?
Right.
What they going to say? What I got to see this.
Right.
This is something to be studied. Where was we at? Slogging. Okay, and then we was on to we was hands on your knees with the children, the land falling into whoredom, and this is why what the sister is promoting in her song for a woman to cook, to clean, to dress modestly, even though she wasn't dressed modestly. Again, she is not the example.
Right.
The message is the example.
Right.
The message is what's important in this case right here. Now, I also want to go over an excellent sister in the book of Judith, the sister Judith, who saved Israel from being slaughtered by the Assyrians, who were, powerful around that time. Let me go to Judith. What's a good chapter? We can start at verse. Do I want to do verse 1? Chapter 1. Or maybe verse 2. Chapter 2. Let's see there for now. Matter of fact, let's go to verse 4. Okay, let's go to verse 4. Now, Judith was a sister who used her beauty not to gain money.
Right.
She didn't use her looks to promote whoredom so that the land can fall into whoredom. That's not what she did. She used what God gave her to save her people. Let me get the book of Judith, chapter 4 and verse 1.
God, it's the book of Judith, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now the children of Israel that dwelt in Judea
Mm-hmm.
heard all that hollow firms, the chief captain of
Nebuchadnezzar. Wait, is that Nebuchadnezzar? That's supposed to be Nebuchadnezzar, if I'm not mistaken.
The chief captain of Nebuchadnezzar,
Mm-hmm.
king of the Assyrians, had done to the nations, and after what manner he had spoiled all their temples
Mm-hmm.
and brought them to naught.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. Therefore, they were exceedingly afraid of him and were troubled for Jerusalem
Mm-hmm.
and for the temple of the Lord their God.
So the Assyrians were very powerful around this time, and they dwelt in the land of Persia, and they were on the footsteps of Israel. Keep going.
Verse 3. But they were newly returned from the captivity,
Mm-hmm.
and all the people of Judea were lately gathered together
Okay, hold that. This is a long story. Just to give you some background, okay, so the Assyrians, they were going to attack the nation of Israel, and of course Assyria at the time, their army was more powerful. So our people were in an uproar about it. Our people even fasted as a nation together. Let me see if I can find that. Both let's go to verse 11.
Book of Judah, chapter 4, and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, every man and woman, and the little children, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the temple, and they cast ashes upon their heads, and spread out their sackcloth before the face of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they put sackcloth about the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. And cried to the Most High, God of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
all with one consent, earnestly.
So the whole nation right now is praying and fasting to the Most High because they know that they need their God to fight for them. Keep going.
That he would not give their children for a prey,
Mm-hmm.
and their wives for a spoil,
Mm-hmm.
and the cities of their inheritance to destruction,
Mm-hmm.
and the sanctuary to profanation and reproach.
All right, let's get verse 13.
Verse 13. So the Most High heard their prayers.
The Most High did what?
So the Most High heard their prayers.
Fasting and prayer. It goes a long way. So the whole nation, it said in verse 11, it says, thus every man and woman and little child, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, fell before the temple. So the whole nation went into prayer and fast. And then at verse 13, it said that the Most High heard their prayers. Read verse 13 again.
God. So the Most High heard their prayers and looked upon their afflictions.
Mm-hmm.
For the people fast many days.
The people did what?
So the people fast many days
Mm-hmm.
in all Judea and Jerusalem before the sanctuary of the Lord Almighty.
Give me 1 second. I want to pull a precept. Let's see here. Give me Matthew 17 and verse 21. Hold this. We're going to come back to this. Let's get Matthew 17 and 21. Since we're on the topic of fasting, real quick. Every brother in the truth should set aside some time to fast, whether it be, I don't know, once a month, once every couple months, once a year. You should do some type of fast to get your mind, body, and spirit in line with the Most High so you can focus on what's important. And the best way to do that is through suffering. Give me Matthew 17 and 21.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17 and verse 21. Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
What is this kind? Rash, can you break that down? Howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. No. I can't give it to you like that.
Is that the nation? The heathen nation? Oh, it's like this one demons.
Give them hand, exactly. So this is Christ in red. It says, howbeit this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. So certain demons, no matter what the hell you do, the only way to get rid of it is by prayer and fasting. Just to piggyback and show you the power of prayer and fasting, something that all brothers and sisters should do. I'm not telling you that you have to not eat anything for 10 days. That's not what I'm telling you. You can fast from meat. You can fast from food entirely. You can fast from water, like the Day of Atonement. You can go a day without food and water. Go 2, go 3. I don't know. But if you're not going to drink water, make sure you get with your camp leader first. Right. You don't want to die from thinking that you're Christ.
Right,
yeah.
Health issues like pills or pain.
Absolutely. Yeah, you absolutely want to go through the proper chain of command, go through the proper channels and get it cleared, especially if you're on medical. So, but yeah, fasting and prayer is something that you should partake in. Let's jump back to Judith. I forgot where was we at. Judith 13. Well, no. Judith 4 and 13, right? Okay. So 4, 13. Let's get 5 and 1.
God is the book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then was it declared to hold Hornets,
mm-hmm.
the chief captain of the army of
Assur,
that the children of Israel had prepared for war,
mm-hmm.
and had shut up the passages of the hill country,
mm-hmm.
and had fortified all the tops of the high hills,
mm-hmm.
and he laid implements in the campaign countries.
Okay, man, like we just came from a road trip to North Carolina. Get the Lord a hand for that. Every time we pass through the mountains, I just imagine like how our cities used to be in Israel. Like that's why they say we stayed in the hill countries. Like we placed cities on top of hills, or what you can call a mountain, for defensive purposes. You can keep going.
Verse 2, wherewith he was very angry, and called all the princes of Moab,
mm-hmm.
and the captains of Ammon,
mm-hmm.
and all the governors of the sea coast.
So because this captain of the Assyrians, he's not familiar with Israelites. He's not familiar with our culture. He's not familiar with our history. So he went to the Moabites, the Ammonites, and probably the Africans, Tyre and Zidon, the sea coast, and asked them about us. Verse 3.
Verse 3. And he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan,
mm-hmm.
who this people is,
mm-hmm.
that dwell in the hill country,
mm-hmm.
and what are the cities that they inhabit,
mm-hmm.
and what is the multitude of their army, and wherein is their power and strength, and what king is set over them, or captain of their army.
Keep going.
Verse 4. And why have they determined not to come and meet me more than all the inhabitants of the west?
And he's wondering, like, why haven't they just ridden out to come meet me in the field of battle? Keep going.
Verse 5. Then said Achor, the captain of all the sons of Ammon,
mm-hmm.
let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant,
mm-hmm.
and I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people,
mm-hmm.
which dwelt near thee.
So he like merchant it. He said, man, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth about these people, and what I'm telling you, it'll be in your best interest to believe me. Keep going.
Okay. And inhabit the hill countries, and there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant. Verse 6. This people are descendant of the Chaldeans.
What does that mean? This people are the descendants of the Chaldeans. Chaldeans ain't Israelites, right? Nah. So what is this talking about?
Well, he said descendants from
The descendants of the Chaldeans. It's talking about Abraham. Abraham was called a Chaldean.
right.
So it's saying this people are descendants of Abraham. Keep going.
Oh God, verse 7. And they sojourned
Mm-hmm.
heretofore in Mesopotamia,
Mm-hmm.
because they would not follow the gods of their fathers,
Mm-hmm.
which were in the land of Chaldea.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. For they left the way of their ancestors and worshiped the God of heaven, for the God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their God. And they fled into Mesopotamia and sojourned there many days.
Okay. I mean, it's a lot of history, but it's good though. It's good. Let's read a little bit more, and then we'll jump over to where the meat of Judith is at. We ain't even get to Judith yet, but it's just important to get the background and the history of the story, just rather than jumping straight to the meat.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 9. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned and to go into the land of Canaan,
Mm-hmm.
where they dwelt, where they increased with gold and silver and with very much power.
Talking about Egypt. Keep going.
Verse 10. But when a famine covered the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt
Mm-hmm.
and sojourned there. They were nourished and became a great multitude.
We walked into Egypt. I want to say it was, I forgot the number. 60 souls, 72. So it was something like that. It was like 60 of us that went into Egypt, and we came out probably 1 million strong. Keep going.
Oh God. So that one could not number their nation.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them and dwelt subtile with them,
Mm-hmm.
and brought them low with a laboring in brick.
And that's what we're going through today. We grew in numbers here in America, and now America is dealing with us like a subtile snake and using COINTELPRO, using drugs, using redlining, using the other nations, using this police force, using so many tactics to deal with us on a subtile level to keep us destroyed. Keep going.
Oh God. And made them slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. Then they cried to their God.
Mm-hmm.
And he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues, so that the Egyptians cast them out of their sight.
Okay, so let's see. Verse 17.
Verse 17. And whilst they sinned.
Whilst.
Oh, sorry. And whilst they sinned, not before their God, they prospered.
So when we don't sin, we prosper. Keep going.
Because the God hath iniquity.
Hateth.
I was like, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore,
Mm-hmm.
and were led captives into a land that was not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. So,
I mean, come on now. That is just, oh man. This chapter right here get me every time. Every time I read this damn chapter, it gets me. on the state that we in now and how our enemies realize what our kryptonite is. What is the kryptonite for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? It's not serving the Most High. When we don't serve the Most High, then we are destroyed, very sore in many battles. Verse 20. Verse 20.
Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against his people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin,
Mm-hmm.
and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Verse 21.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them. And when we become a reproach before all the world.
I mean, this is self-explanatory. When you're doing the right thing, the Lord is going to defend you. When you're not doing the right thing, the Lord is not going to defend you. He's actually going to be against you. And you're going to lose in the things that you want to do. You're going to lose in the campaigns that you want to win. You're going to lose in the battles that you're going to fight. That is recorded in history. Rash?
And I want to say too, sir, reading this chapter, it's crazy how a heathen knows everything about you. Like this is just he knows where you started, know where you messed up, and he's telling this captain now, wait till they messed up, then you do the same thing and try to beat you. It's just crazy how he knows everything.
And I guarantee these heathens know that about us today. They know if we can push sexy red on them, that they're going to be destroyed in battle. He know if we can push all our damn athletes and entertainers to have a white woman, we're going to be destroyed in many battles. If they can get us hooked on Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet, we're going to be destroyed in many battles. Like, think about it. Who in the hell makes a song called Molly Percocet? And the hook is just you just saying Molly Percocet. Oh my God, brother. They know how to make us lose in war. We just don't know how to win because we lost our God. Let's see. Let's get the meat and Judith. Let's go to chapter 8 and verse 1.
The book of Judah, chapter 8 and verse 1. Now at the time Judah heard thereof, which was the daughter of Mary, the son of Ops, the son of Joseph, the son of Hosea, the son of Ephah, the son of Anias, the son of Gideon, the son of Rembrandt, the son of Antioch.
Okay, verse 2. Verse 1 is just giving the pedigree of Judith, letting you know that this woman is official. Her lineage goes back and is flawless. Keep going.
So verse 2. And Manasseh. And Manasseh was her husband of her tribe and kindred, who died in the barley harvest. The barley harvest. Verse 3. For as he stood overseeing them that found seed in the field, the heat came upon his head, and he fell on his bed and died in the city of Bethula.
So the brother, he died of a heat stroke. Her husband, verse 4.
Verse 4. So Judah was a widow in her house 3 years and 4 months.
So after her husband died, she remained unmarried for 3 years and 4 months. Didn't touch a man for 3 years and 4 months. A lot of y'all can't wait 2 months. Y'all just that hot. Now, again, the focus of this class is on virtuous women. This woman right here, Judith, was a virtuous woman. Keep going.
And she made her a tent upon the top of her house,
Mm-hmm.
and put on sackcloth upon her loins, and wear her widow's apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. And she fasted all the days of her widowhood,
And she fasted every day. Keep going.
save the eyes of the Sabbath
Save the eves of the Sabbaths. Keep going.
and the Sabbaths.
So she didn't fast on the Sabbath day. This is another cut for you dummies that don't understand the purpose of the Sabbath day. The purpose of the Sabbath day is it's your day to enjoy. So she enjoyed the Sabbath day. Keep going. She didn't sit in the cold dark with the lights off and a cold cheese sandwich, scared to use fire. That wasn't the case with her. She fasted every day except for the Sabbath day. Keep going.
Okay. And the eves of the new moons,
Mm-hmm.
and the new moons,
Mm-hmm.
and the feast and solemn days of the house of Israel.
So she didn't fast on the Sabbath days and she didn't fast on the feast days. Keep going.
Verse 7. And she was also of a goodly countenance.
She was of a goodly countenance, meaning she had a nice vibe to her. Keep going.
And very beautiful to behold.
If the Bible says a woman is very beautiful to behold, this woman right here was bad. So Judith was, extremely appealing to look at. Keep going.
And her husband's masses,
Mm-hmm.
he left her gold
Mm-hmm.
and silver,
Mm-hmm.
and men servants, and maid servants, and cattle, and lambs, and sheep were made upon it.
So her husband that died, he was a rich man. He had cattle, he had servants, he had gold and silver. So on his deathbed, he left her these things. So she was taken care of. Keep going. So this was a beautiful woman and she had wealth. Keep going.
Verse 8. And there was none that gave her an ill word,
Mm-hmm.
and she feared the Most High greatly.
As
She feared the Most High greatly.
So this woman had an excellent reputation of her being a woman of God. Rash,
She cooked. She cleaned.
come on now. And she was the real deal at it. She served the Most High. She was this was a bad broad right here. Keep going.
Verse 9. Now when she heard the evil words of the people against the governor, that they fainted for lack of water.
Mm-hmm.
For Judah heard all the words of
Ozias
mm-hmm. has spoken unto them,
mm-hmm.
and that he has sworn to deliver the city unto the Syrians after 5 days.
So the children of Israel at this time were being, what's the word when you don't have water? Not starved. They were being dehydrated to death. They didn't have anything to drink. It was a siege on their supplies in order to destroy them. Let's see. And Judith heard about this plight. Let's see. Give me verse 11.
Verse 11. And they came unto her and said unto them, hear me now, O ye governors of the inhabitants of Betula,
Mm-hmm.
for your words that ye have spoken before the people this day are not right.
Mm-hmm.
Touching this oath which ye made and pronounced between the Most High and you,
Mm-hmm.
and have promised to deliver the city to our enemies,
Mm-hmm.
unless within these days the Lord turn to help you.
Oh, let's see now. Damn, I mean, she going in. I would suggest you brothers and sisters read this entire chapter. Of course, for time's sake, we can't read this entire thing. Let's see. Give me verse 17. This is Judith.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, let us wait for salvation of him and call upon him to help us. And he will hear our voice if it pleases him.
So Judith is saying, I don't give a damn how big their army is. If we just call upon the Lord and we doing what please him, then he will hear us. Let's see. Oh, verse 18. Read that.
Verse 18. But there arose none in our age, neither is there any now in these days, neither tribe, nor family, nor people, nor city among us, which worship gods made with hands.
So Judith said, there's no sinners among us. All we have to do is cry out to the Most High, and the Most High will defend us. Imagine that. Imagine living in a city where everybody kept the laws, statutes, and commandments from birth to death.
Right.
There's no sinners in your city. And you can say that with confidence that you know nobody is worshiping other gods. Nobody. Keep going.
So come and have been aforetime. Verse 19.
Hold on. Let's see. Out there for. Oh my God, there's so much in this damn chapter, but we can't. If we read this entire damn chapter, it's gonna be over with. Okay, let me see. Let me just go to. Let's go to Judith. Let's go to the 13th chapter. Judith 13, is it? Wait, no, that ain't it. It's Judith 9. Bear with me. And where she rose, where she had fallen, and took her son to. Okay, yeah, let's get this 10th, Judith, the 10th chapter. Okay, just to speed you up. So Judith, damn, wait, hold on. Every nation, tribe knows that thou art. Okay, give me Judith 9 and 14. Let's get that. So Judith, long to give this long spiel short, she's coming up with a plan to go and deliver Israel from these heathens. But let's read verse 14 real fast. 9 to 14.
Go come the book of Judah, chapter 9, verse 14. And made every nation and tribe to acknowledge that thou art the God of all power and might, and that there is none other that protecteth the people of Israel but thou.
So she's not giving herself no glory. She's giving all glory to the Most High. She said, there is none other that protecteth the people of Israel but thou. Right. She understands that she can be a tool for the Most High. Okay, let's see. Okay. Verse Judith chapter 10 and verse 10. So now Judith, she left the city that she dwelt in the land of Israel, and now she's going to meet the Assyrians. Let's read that.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 10 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had done so,
Mm-hmm.
Judah went out, she and her maid with her, and the men of the city looked after her
Mm-hmm.
until she was gone down the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
until she passed the valley and could see her no more.
Okay, so she went out to meet these Assyrians. Verse 11.
Verse 11. Thus they went straight forth in the valley, and the first watch of the Assyrians met her.
So some guards met her. Verse 12.
Verse 12. And took her and asked her, of what people art thou?
Mm-hmm.
And whence cometh thou?
Mm-hmm.
And whither goeth thou?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I am a woman of the Hebrews,
Mm-hmm.
and am fled from them,
Mm-hmm.
for they shall be given you to be consumed.
Okay, so she's running game on these Assyrians guards that met her by the encampment. She said, I am a woman of the Hebrews, and I'm fleeing from my people because y'all are finna destroy them. So I'm leaving. Keep going.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And I am come before
Holofernes.
Holofernes,
Mhm.
the captain of your army, to
Mhm.
declare words of truth, and I will show him a way
Mhm.
whereby he shall go
Mhm.
and win all the hill country,
Mhm.
with losing the body or life of
Without
any, without losing the body or life of any one of his men.
So she's being a double agent. Is that a double agent, or is that just an agent? That's a double agent.
He's working for the people he's trying to work for.
Yeah. Okay. So she's being a double agent. She's saying one thing, but really her allegiance is for her people. She told these guards that take me to your captain, and I'll show him a way where he can infiltrate the city of Israel and destroy the people without losing any soldiers.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 14. Now when the men heard her words
Uh-huh.
and beheld her countenance,
Uh-huh.
they wondered greatly at her beauty.
Uh-huh.
Said unto her.
So the guards, they heard her words and they beheld her countenance, her vibe, and then they looked at her beauty and said, oh my God, this woman here. Keep going.
Verse 15. Thou hast saved thy life,
They said, you saved us. Keep going.
and that thou hast come down to the presence of our Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore come to his tent,
Mm-hmm.
and some of us shall conduct thee
Mm-hmm.
until they have delivered thee unto his hands.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so now we know the game plan. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so then she went to the camp, and the whole camp is talking about how beautiful this woman is that just came. Let's get verse 19.
Verse 19. And they wondered at her beauty,
Mm-hmm.
and admired the children of Israel because
Think about that. This woman was so beautiful inside and outside that these people, they were in a admirance to the entire nation of Israel. Like, God damn, this is what these people produce.
right.
They produce this. Keep going. This is what happened when you cook, clean, and shut up, and you love the Most High.
Right.
Keep going. I mean, why would you want the glory of a whore when you can have the glory of a princess?
Right.
God damn, whatever happened to y'all watching Disney Channel with Princess, I don't know, Jasmine or whatever? You don't want that no more? The Lord is giving you the opportunity to be an actual physical princess, but you want to be sexy red.
Right.
No sweat. Keep going.
Verse 19. and they wondered at her beauty and admired the children of Israel because of her.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone said his neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
who would despise these people?
Damn. Come on now. You got to give her a hand. Give her a hand. Come on now. Let's go.
Oh, God. To have among them such women.
He said, the heathen said, who can despise these people that got women like this among them? Keep going.
Surely it is not good that one man of them be left, who being let go might deceive the whole earth.
Ain't that something? They said these people are dangerous. We got to kill every man, because if they're producing women like this, these women can deceive the entire earth. They don't even realize that's happening right now. You're being deceived this very moment. But that just goes to show you why our men are targeted such harshly here in America, and they pretty much like try to put our women on a pedestal with like WIC and Section 8 and things like that, and kicking your man out the house. And then they give all our women better paying jobs, and you know, the whole finesse. Keep going.
And they that lay near Onesiphorus went out, and all his servants, and they brought her into the tent.
Okay.
Verse 21. Now Hephaestus rested upon his bed under a canopy, which was woven with purple and gold and emeralds and precious stones.
Let's see. Verse 23.
Verse 23. And when Juno was come before him and his servants, they all marveled at the beauty of her countenance.
Yo, this sister right here. Come on now. Keep going. They keep saying beauty of her countenance. This sister was an excellent, like her soul was gold. Keep going.
And she fell down upon her face and did reverence unto him. And his servants took her up.
Okay, let's get chapter. What's the next chapter? Wow. Yeah, my phone. Well, let me go to 11. There we go. 11. Okay. Let's see. Of course, this is a long chapter. Yeah. Akim, y'all got to go home and read the entire book of Judith. You got to read every chapter, every verse, and really understand, really process this book and how excellent a sister can be if she's raised the right way, if she's not programmed with the small hats doctrine. No, that she come on. So. Okay. Okay. So let's get verse 13. Chapter 13. Okay, let's get chapter 13, verse 2.
Chapter 13 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Judah was left alone in the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And Holofernes lying alone upon his bed, for he was filled with wine.
To skip you forward, they had conversation. They had food and drink. She got him drunk, and now he's passed out drunk. She didn't lay with him. She just got him drunk. Keep going.
Verse 3. Now Judah had commanded her maid to stand without her bedchamber and to wait for her, coming forth as she did daily. For she said, would go forth to her prayers and spake to Bagas.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. So all went forth, and none was left in the bedchamber, neither little nor great.
So it was just Judith and the captain. Keep going. The captain over all the armies of Assyria. This captain, he was next in line to the king. So this is how powerful he is. He's like the vice president. Keep going.
Then Judah, standing by his bed, said in her heart, O Lord God of all power, look at this present upon works of mine hands for the exaltation
exaltation.
For the exaltation of Jerusalem.
So she said, look at this present for the exaltation of my people. Keep going.
Verse 5. For now is the time to help thine inheritance and to execute thy enterprises to the destruction of the enemies which are risen against us.
She said, the water, my Lord, for blessing me with this gift. Keep going.
Verse 6. Then she came to the pillar of the bed, which was over his head, and took down his function from thence. Verse 7. And approached to his bed and took hold of the hairs of his head.
So she came to his bed with probably her left hand, unless she was left-handed, took her left hand, grabbed his hair. I would think a sword, a nice sword, maybe an axe, probably an axe. Keep going.
And said, strengthen me, O Lord, God of Israel, this day.
And she asked the Lord for strength. Keep going.
Verse 8. And she smote twice upon his neck.
And she hit him twice in the neck. That was an axe. She hit him twice in the neck with something similar to an axe. Boom. So she grabbing his hair with one hand and got a weapon in the other, his neck right there. And she said, wow, wow. Keep going.
With all her might.
And
she took away his head from him.
And took his damn, give her a hand, took his damn head off. Give that sister a hand. I want to say took his head off. Keep going.
Verse 9. And tumbled his body down from the bed.
And threw his body off the bed. Heathen, go ahead.
And pulled down the canopy of the pillars. And anon, after she went forth, and gave Hophernes his head to her maid.
Okay, go to verse 11.
Verse 11.
Now she came back to the city. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Then Judah afar off to the watchman at the gate. Open now the gate. God, even our God, is with us to show his power yet in Jerusalem and his forces against the enemy. As he had even done this day. This
is a powerful woman. I haven't read nowhere in this chapter where the Lord sent her an angel or the Lord sent her a messenger and said he was going to do this. The sister just simply fasted and prayed and knew that this was the Lord presenting her with this opportunity. This was the Lord that's giving her strength. Everything that she did, she keep giving the credit to the Most High. She keeps saying the Most High did this. This was give her a hand. Excellent, sister. Keep going.
Verse 12. Now when the men of her city heard her voice, they made hasten to go down to the gate of their city and then called the elders of the city.
Let's see. Hold on. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Then she said unto them with a loud voice, praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. I say, for he hath not taken away his mercy from the house of Israel, but hath destroyed our enemies by my hands this night.
But she said the Lord destroyed her enemies by her hand. She said the Lord used me to destroy my enemies. Keep going. Go ahead.
I want to say, so she asked got away into the camp, got into the bed chamber, gave him talk, gassed him up, got him drunk, then left without being touched, without anything happening to her.
This woman saved her entire race of people by being beautiful, by being godly, by being submissive. by being a good wife.
Right.
You know, I mean, what more do you want? What more power do you want? There's no power in being a whore. There's only disgrace and shame and loneliness. It's good. Lust feel good. Lust, it feels good until the pain comes. That pain gonna come eventually when you're 40 and you can't have kids anymore, and you're all alone because don't no man wants you because he knows your history. That pain gonna come one day. It feel good right now, but best believe that pain gonna come one day. No deal that you make with the devil is ever without consequence. The damn snake in the garden said that he'd make Eve like a god, playing upon her lust. This is what it is. You being a woman with the ability to have an OnlyFans account, social media tricks and everything like that. That's what the snake in the Garden of Eden promised you. But there's no gift coming from the devil without consequence. I would rather you be a princess like Judith. That's what pays off without consequence. Let's see. Let's get that.
Go on, verse 15. So she took the head out of the bag and showed it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said unto them, Behold, the head of her friend, the captain of the army,
the chief
captain of the army of Ashur, and behold, the canopy wherein he did lie in his drunkenness, and the Lord hath smitten him by the hand of
Give her a hand, man. She said the Lord killed this cat by the hand of a woman. He ain't on, man. Cats ain't on nothing. I serve the Most High. Let's see. Where we at with it? Any more meat on here? Let's keep. It's only a couple more. Let's keep reading. Where we at? 17, 16. Let's read 16.
Verse 16. As the Lord liveth, who hath kept me in my way that I went, my countenance hath deceived him to his destruction. And yet have ye not committed sin with me to defile and shame me.
She made that clear. She said, this man did not touch me. He did not defile me or shame me, but the Lord was with me in his destruction. He got drunk and I chopped his head off. Keep going.
Verse 17. Then all the people were wonderful, astonished, and bowed themselves and worshiped the Most High, and said with one accord, Blessed be thou, O our God, which hast this day brought to naught the enemies of thy people.
Ooh-wee. Verse 18. We're going to finish out these last three verses. Let's read.
Then said Isupk unto her, O daughter, blessed art thou of the Most High God above all the women upon the earth. And blessed be the Lord God, which hath created the heavens and the earth, which hath directed thee to the cutting off of the head of the chief of our enemies.
These people at this time, our people were in tune with the Most High. They knew that she was directed by the Lord. Keep going.
Verse 19. For this thy confidence shall not depart from thy heart of men, which remember the power of the Most High forever.
She gave our men confidence, the act that this woman had did. Keep going.
Verse 20. And the Most High turned these things from thee, from a perpetual praise, to visit thee in good things, because thou hast not spared thy life for affliction of our nation, but hast revenged our ruin, walking a straight way before our God. And all the people said, So be it. And it's like, so be it.
Sign Christ. Let's get his sister one more hand. Now, can you imagine the line of hold on. Can you imagine the line of courtship request that this sister had? Brother, this was the baddest broad on the planet, hands down. It's confirmed. Now, this is true power that a woman can have. Power of being a princess of the Most High. That's real power. There's no power in being a whore. And I pray you understand. This living example right here is why a woman should be submissive, is why a woman should worship the Most High, is why a woman should honor her husband and not be some stinking Cardi B, sexy red reject, social media posting your pics and bottle girl. There's no power in that, only consequence. With that, we're going to shut the class down. Do we have any questions? Anything online? No sweat. With that, pass class over to Priest and Officer Ra'ash.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.